Hey Exploration Nation, I'm doing just a quick video today to show you the year of manufacture stamps and some of the older railroad rails. I mentioned it in a previous video that I made, and that will be linked right up here if you haven't seen it already. So or there somewhere. Anyhow, I just wanted to show it to you real quick. This is an old, may have been a siding, and it may have been the old main line coming through here. I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to think this is the old main line because there is another siding that comes off of this, and so I wanted to just show you the stamps on it. And not all rails have them. I've looked at rails at the other location where I was at the old railroad bridge and didn't find a single one, and I don't know if they do it still or not. I don't have any idea if the newer ones even have it anymore. If you know the answer to that question, comment below and let me know. I'd really like to know if they still do that now. So let's take a look, and hopefully this will show up on camera. Let's see, I found some fairly clear ones here. If they don't come out very well in the video, I'll show you some stills at the end that will hopefully clear it up. This says right here, it looks like OH, Tennessee, and 10025 RE-3, and then it looks like 1931. Yeah, that's a 1931. So that's an old rail. These were made at different times, so through the years the rails were replaced in sections. Here's another clear one. 10025-RE-OH, Tennessee, USA, 1941. So this one was made at the start of World War II right here. And since our involvement in the Second World War didn't start until December, this was made beforehand. And some of you that are familiar know that materials got real scarce during the war and got redirected to the war effort. So they got this one just in time. Let's see if we can find some other down here. Railroad spike. See if we can find some other clear ones here. Here's another one, 1931. And this is something I haven't seen before. There's a stamp in the head of this railroad spike. Can't make it out. Yeah, there's a stamping of some kind in that one too. Let's look at this one here. I can't make it out. It's worn. So I don't know what that is. There's one a little clearer, but taking a big heavy sledge to it to drive it in there kind of wipes that out. So I doubt we're going to find one that is clear enough to read. Now, I'm not going to walk very far down here. This right up here is an active rail line. It's a main line. It's very active. So even though I'm a distance away from it, not a good idea to be here if the train starts coming. And I will throw in a little bit of a recommendation. Never get up on an active rail line like that. This one here is inactive, been active for many years, but never get up there. And the reason is you start looking for the stamps and stuff or something else, you get focused on it and you can not hear a train coming, especially if you're right around a curve, and it's not somewhere where the engineer would normally be blowing a whistle. So just don't do it. You can observe from a distance, like this stamp right here. We can observe from a distance. They were still doing it in 2008. Again, if this is doesn't show up on camera, I will take a still with another camera that will zoom in on that so you can see it. So apparently they still do it, or at least they were in 2008. And it only makes sense to do it so they know how long the rail's actually been there. And I'm going to walk down this way and see if I can make it down there to where it comes into the main line. I'm really thinking this is the old main line right here. This one over here is marked bad. I wonder how old this one is. See if there's a stamp in it. Not on this side. Here we go. 19. I can't tell. About the same age as the others, and there's the reason it's bad right there. Here's another one that's marked some type of bad place on it. Now, I don't know what that is. That looks like, actually looks like a part of an old manually operated switch, and it would have been over here for them to flip over, but the thing of it is there's nothing to flip over out here, so I may be completely off base about that. If any of you rail fans out there know what this is, comment below and let me know so I know what I'm looking at, especially if I ever see it again. Very interested to know. Now, even though it comes into the main line down here, I'm through here all the time, every day actually, and I've never seen any cars parked here, so they apparently don't use it for parking cars temporarily. Some more unused rails. There's a diagram on that one over there. Of course, it's on this side and you can't really see it. UT test, whatever a UT test is. Progress rail. And the latest date on this is 2018. 2016, 17, let's see, that's punched out 2017. Now, those would have probably come off with definitely would have come off the main line, because this wasn't, this siding here wasn't used in 2017. This hasn't been used in years. You can tell how long It's been a long time. So it probably came off of the main line right up here. Another railroad spike with another stamp on it. Now in this area, it's kind of unusual to find an unused set of tracks with the rails still down. It had to be that there wasn't enough here to come out cost-wise to pull them up and scrap them, sell them for scrap, because it's just a very short distance here. So they must have just not thought it was cost effective to do it and just left them. Most of the time, whenever any rail line goes inactive, whether it's a siding or whatever it is, they take it up pretty quick. And this looks like where another set of tracks was. I was wondering about all the ballast gravel here. And you can see the old cross ties here. So I'm actually coming up with more questions than answers to this. So I don't know if there was originally two sets of tracks here, like there are now, except over here. Could have been. And who knows, originally, right in here, this might have been a siding to unload things to something. I kind of doubt it with that bank there, but who knows, there might have been a platform built there at one time, and there might have been a business up there originally. So you don't know. In all these years, things can change drastically to where the area is not even recognizable. Another old rail down there. Spare parts. Now this is an old switch right here. This is an old style switch. Here's the weight on the end of it and the handle to change it. Now I've never run across one of these before. Now I've seen a few of these still in use, but never run across one before. These were made in Tennessee also. Some company in Tennessee did pretty well apparently. Now, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's part of the switch or what. If you know what it is, comment below and let me know, because I'd really like to know what I'm looking at right here. Here's another one of those. Now just from the looks of it, it looks like, just looking at it, it's something to maybe put tension on the rail, since it's hooked into the side over here and not really part of an old switch. No idea. Let me know if you know. I'm running across a bunch of them right here, right here. There's one back there. Here's another one. Quite a few of them right here. Probably has something to do with it coming into the main line up here. Now this one got bent somehow. And so is that one. That's probably an old, looks like an old railroad crossing sensor. I don't know how those activate, don't know how they work, but I do know that there's bare cable like that connected to the rail somehow. So when this is the old main line, this probably activated the signals down there. And that looks like the base for an old trackside signal. Let's go over here and take a look at it. I wish there was a date on that, but there's not. Here's more wiring. Now this could also be trigger the signal down there for the switch. I don't know. Now here's another date stamp. Now this is interesting. That says 2008, which is 12 years ago. Now that's a little bit before the time when I started working in the area and coming through here every day. So let's step outside here. So apparently around 2008 or so, this was still used. Here's where this is coming in. And it looks like it's operated by a manual switch, but it looks like it's been bolted into place where it can't move. Well, I don't know. As you can tell, I don't know much about this. I don't know if that would still move or not, if they needed to park a car right down there. There's another siding off of this main line about 2 miles down that way, and they use it to pick up cars to form a train, and then beyond that on down is a yard where they actually put the trains together. Here is a old style manual switch. And they have to get out. If they wanted to park a car here, have to stop, get out, and switch this over in order to switch over to that track over there. Made in USA. As you can see, it's locked. Sad that you have to do that, but there are people that would do stuff like that, so they have to lock it. And it's a card put on it. Card probably means something. It's red. It probably means coming up and see that red card over there. You can't go over there. Maybe. All right, now this is as far as I'm going to walk here, and Let's take another look at the connections to the switch. Keep an eye out for oncoming trains. Like I said, I don't recommend that you do this. If you do, you do at your own risk. I can't be responsible for the actions of others, just for me. And just as soon as I can get off of this main line, I will absolutely do so. Got good sight distance in both directions, but still, you can get focused on what you're doing and not hear a train coming. It's happened. People do that, and some people have paid for it with their lives, so don't do it. Okay, that's it for the railroad siding, old main line, whatever it was, and the rail date stamps. Those were interesting to see. I've been wanting to come by and do this for a while and show y'all the date stamping in it. I've had some of you tell me that you weren't aware that railroads did that, but they do, and apparently from what we found down there, they may still do it. 2008 was the latest one we found, so maybe they still date stamp the rails. So this came out to a little bit longer than I thought, so glad you stuck with me, and I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't done so already, like and subscribe, and please share this video out. That helps out tremendously. Notifications don't go out to everybody that's subscribed, and a lot of times the video is not pushed out as recommended or suggested to others. So sharing it via Twitter or other social platforms really helps a bunch, and I really appreciate y'all doing that. So thank you so much for walking with me, and I will see you in the next video.